Hey, this is Randy. Just a little update on a couple guys I've talked to past week. So one of them was on a dating site, and I don't talk on the phone before I meet someone, and I don't like to even text or message them very much until I meet them either, because I don't even know like who I'm texting or messaging. It's like, I know I've said this before, but you can't get to know somebody over the internet. The only thing I get to know about them over the internet is that I don't want to meet them. But, I can find that out when I meet them, or if I message with them long enough, pretty much I'm going to get so frustrated that I'm not even going to want to meet them. So either way, I guess, but it's just more frustrating for me to go on and on messaging and texting, and then like it leads nowhere, and it's just boring to me. It's not productive. I don't feel like I'm getting to know the person really, except maybe for their poor grammar, or I'll get to know if maybe they're kind of like intelligence level, even though I know that you can be very intelligent and not be able to spell very good, because my mom and the narcissist are both like that. They're smart, but they just can't spell that good. But there's other ways too, just in the types of words that are used, and through a message you can kind of figure out whether they, have a decent level of intelligence, at least. So anyway, this one guy, he was like Armenian and Polish, I think it was, or I'm not sure, two different things. Anyway, I'm texting with him, and he's like, well, if you don't want to meet me because of my race, he called it, he said, I understand. And I said, no, I said, I'm not gonna prejudge you on that. I said, but your reputation there's a reputation that precedes you. Oh, I'm sorry, he was Greek and Albanian. So I said, there's a reputation that precedes you. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm honest. There are stereotypes, right? Especially around where I live. I mean, the stereotypes of people, a lot of them end up ringing true, at least where I live. I know maybe other more hip metropolitan places they don't, or maybe with younger people, race and nationality. I mean, you're such part of the mixing pot, and you're so young, you're so Americanized that there really aren't even many cultural differences. Anyways, this guy basically ended up turning me off after 3 days, and I didn't even want to meet him anymore. I could tell he wasn't very smart. He wasn't going to be able to keep up with me intellectually. So I just said, I don't think we're a match at some point. And he says, why you say that? And I was honest. I said, well, I don't think that you, it seems like you're not educated. That's what I said. So he comes back with, of course, anger. Ha ha, it's passive aggressive. Ha ha, I have a degree in business, and I, English is my second language, so that's why, you see my words the way they are, but that's okay. And I said, okay. So then after that, he has to add more. You come off as intimidating and too honest, and it sometimes rude. All right, so anyway, I mean, yes, I do come off as intimidating to guys. I mean, do I want to be with a guy who I can intimidate just by standing there? I mean, or just by having a conversation? No. I mean, who wants to be with somebody that you intimidate? And I don't try to do it. I'm just being myself. So, okay, I've heard that before. I'm sorry. I can't help it. I'm not going to change it. I'm not going to put on the sweet, giggly, cheerful, dumb, lollygagging face so that guys aren't intimidated. I don't care. If they're the kind that's going to be intimidated by me, I don't want them, right? So then the other thing he said was rude. Well, yes, I can be rude. And actually, I was kind of trying to be because I was trying to get rid of them. So, good. It worked. And then he said I was too honest. So, I don't know. I mean, can you be too honest? I didn't think I was really mean. I wasn't like I was telling him the stereotypes that I knew after he asked me. I told him some stereotypes about Greeks and Albanians that I knew of, but I said, I'm still willing to meet you, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. And anyway, I ended up being too honest for him, but that was the first guy. The other guy was last night. Now, it was a guy that just started like texting me. I was going to a meetup, and he started sending me messages about a couple hours before the meetup, and he was going to go to this meetup, and he said, hi, I'm Josh, and have you ever been to one of these things before? I really like your hair, blah blah blah. And then I just said, talk through the website to him a few back and forth before this thing, and then I ended up going to it anyway. He was there. He picked me out, found me. He's a really, really heavy guy, really, really overweight, and kind of a little bit too short for me as well. His face was decent, and so he was talking to me, and he seemed like he was okay. I ended up dancing with him because I was dancing by myself, and then he came and joined me. So then, I mean, I guess I started doing a couple little bit of moves that was unfortunately turning him on, and I guess I can't do that, not with this kind of guy, because then I mean, he started getting the wrong idea real quick. I mean, like within like 10 seconds, and he's all sweating his ass off and everything. And then I just kind of like, I took my hands and I pushed his body away, so he was like arm's length away, so that we would dance arm's length away instead of like how it was getting way too close. And after that, his demeanor completely changed. And this guy's like in his like late 30s. He's too young for me anyway, but his demeanor changed so quick after I set the like arm's length boundary on the dancing. And it was partially it was because of me. I had a buzz. I don't want to get involved in shit like that. Maybe for a second I thought, oh, this is my boyfriend. I kind of shut my eyes and thought, this is what I would be doing if it's my boyfriend. But no, I don't even like this guy, so I'm not doing this. So anyway, his demeanor changed, and it just became so pissed off. Like, his face just went to anger, and he ended up finishing that dance and not making any eye contact. It was kind of like, oh, so if I can't get that close to you, then I'm pissed off. And I was like, oh no, here's another one. I set a boundary, and he gets pissed off. So I'm like, okay, well, you're done. Obviously, you can't hang with me because, you know, if you think that's a boundary, there's a lot more where those came from. And anyway, I had to like kind of duck out. I kind of ran and said, oh, I forgot to go, you know, get my to-go box and of food. And I left the dance floor. I went and got it, and I saw him standing there, like waiting for me to pass by him so he could like hawk me again. And I like totally took a different way out the bar and snuck out a side door, got my car, and came home to get rid of him. So anyways, the games that, you know, single people play, and you have to outsmart them when you're getting to like just know somebody. And pretty much, I guess I'm learning how to ditch guys in many different ways, and I do it swiftly. All right, anyway, thanks for listening.